Welcome back to Hotchkiss Performance. Today we're going to be doing a product review on a range of waxes from Wax Planet, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'll put the kettle on. Before I get into each wax that we have here, I just want to give a brief description of who Wax Planet are. And Wax Planet are a wax manufacturer based in South Yorkshire, England, and all of their waxes are hand poured in the UK, as it does state on all of their labels. They do a range of waxes which are all available to check out on their website. I will leave a link in the description below so you can go and have a look. I don't have them all here. We do have a selection though, which I will go through each individual one, as they all differ slightly, which I'll go through what I know about them. So we'll start with Obsidian, because that is the full size pot, if you like, because they do offer, as well as the full size pots, they do offer panel pots so you can test the waxes. So Obsidian on the label is classed as a super gloss show wax. Now when you open these and you have a look, I mean, they all smell absolutely good enough to eat. They smell, this has got a, I mean, they told me that it was a tutti frutti smell, but I class it as a bubble gum kind of smell, but either way it smells lovely. But as you take the lid off and you have a look, you'll just see the quality of the blend that's being poured into these waxes. You know, a brand new pot, you know, it's just like an ice rink. It's just perfectly smooth. You know, there's no cracks or anything in the wax. It's absolutely perfect. So this doesn't have any oil in it, this particular wax. This has no oil, but it still feels just as smooth and slick as anything. And even when you're applying it to your vehicle, and they did recommend you apply using a damp applicator, just to make it that little bit easy to use. But it is just a breeze to use, you know, no issues there. So obviously then you leave it to cure depending on the temperature. I can't comment on cure times, you know, I've asked them and they said, well, it depends if you're working in -5 or you're working in, you know, 20 degrees. So can't really say how long to leave it to cure, but just basically, you know, a bit of common sense and just look at the panel and see if it's kind of hazing over. Now with this, it has also got 4 times the gloss enhancers of any other wax that they do, which is pretty impressive. And like I say, you can tell when you use this and you buff it off and you'll stand back and you will genuinely think, wow. Because I did, you know, I've used other waxes before and, you know, I thought they were pretty good, but using this, it's just the best gloss I've ever seen in a wax. You know, I haven't tried every wax on the planet. Wax Planet. Wonder if you thought of that. Anyway. What was I saying? I haven't tried every wax on the planet, but you know, I've tried a few, and this one particularly stood out to me when I first tried it. And this was actually the first wax that I bought. You know, I haven't known about these that long, I admit, you know. But I went, I spoke to Tony Coulson, as you know, he's the guy, the master, the wizard behind these waxes, and they just brought this one out, so I purchased this. I just went for the full pot. I thought, you know what, you know, let's try it. And honestly, I was really impressed with this one. I'll admit, the first time I used this, I found it a bit difficult to remove. But I'm not blaming the wax. That was actually my fault. Because again, I went to Tony and I just explained and said, you know, I found it a bit difficult to remove. And he informed me that I might be using the wrong type of cloth, because he recommended to use a short pile to remove the initial kind of, you know, the most of the product that's on the vehicle, and then buff up with a higher, like a plusher microfiber. I do have those here. He does supply these, so you can, if you go and purchase your wax from the place itself or on the website, you can purchase these. These are the Clean Korea, I think they're called Final Finish towels. Short and that, so you know it's got more grab, more bite if you like, so it'll remove that initial layer of wax more easily. So use that to initially take it off. And then you would use a plusher microfiber. Again, these are made in Korea, and again they will supply these for you. Now before, I was just using this one to remove the wax, and these are really soft and plush, and they're probably not the best thing to be removing, you know, wax with, because they don't have much bite. They are really, really soft. Don't get me wrong, it did the job, and I'm not saying, you know, I look like Arnie when I'd finished after buffing it off, but it was, you know, a bit more difficult than I was used to using this particular cloth. But tried this one and then followed up with this one just to kind of buff it up to a deep shine. Much easier. So, you know, I'm just giving my honest opinion, my genuine opinion when I first used it, you know, because I don't want you to do the same thing. You know, you might go and use it and think, well, this is a bit difficult to buff off, it's not the nicest thing to use. I did the same. You know, my genuine reaction was that. But I questioned it. I went to ask the experts. I explained, and they obviously recommended these cloths, and that did fix the, I don't want to call it a problem, but it fixed the issue of a bit more difficult to remove. So we recommend those if you're going to, you know, use these waxes. You best have the, you know, the proper tools for applying and taking off. On that note, I will just show you what I used to apply these waxes, or some of them, which is these Whoa wax on wax off applicator. Again, Wax Planet supply these, so you can pick all these up, these things, to help with applying and taking off the product from them. Just makes it a bit easier. Really cheap, these, and again I will leave a link in the description to all of these. Wax Planet's website, you know, you can go and have a look. They do supply other products as well from other brands, so, you know, take a look, take a browse. You can always email them, message them about any questions that you may have, and they'll happily answer, as they did with me. You know, really helpful and knowledgeable on these subjects, because they do, you know, wax is their main focus, so they are experts in that field. Moving on, we have this one, which is called White Noise. This one is special. I don't know what it is about this one in particular, like, but again, smells absolutely gorgeous, you know, good enough to eat. As I say with all of them, got like a, I think it's cherry bakewell. Really absolute pleasure to use this. Really smooth, because this one is quite special in that it's 100% Montan wax. So there's no other waxes in this. It's just pure Montan wax. Now, obviously a lot of people tend to see wax as, you know, carnauba, and that's everything. Carnauba is the only wax on the planet, which isn't true. I didn't know about Montan wax, again, until I, you know, had a look into these and researched it and asked the experts at Wax Planet. Didn't know what Montan wax were, but they explained that it is the best for gloss. It's got a really kind of, in my experience when I've used this, it's got a really kind of deep, wet look to the paint, almost like you can almost see further into the paint, like it just adds like a wet look basically. Best way of describing it. It is difficult to show you on a camera, you know, the finish of all these waxes, the difference. But trust me when I tell you that this, and especially on white, I mean, I actually found, because again Tony told me that white noise has been kind of made for lighter colours, but it can be used on darker colours as well. But I actually found on white, it almost darkens it, but it darkens it in the sense that it kind of creates shadows in the paint, and not like, you know, you look at it and there's like white and black kind of marks in it, but the light hits it different. So instead of almost being just like a flat, you know, white that you get kind of blinded off because it's just flat and solid and there's no kind of depth to it. But with this, it does kind of add a depth. That's probably the best word I can use. It adds like a depth to the white paint. So for white, I don't think you could get a better wax. You know, because we all know that getting a shine on white is particularly difficult. It just doesn't seem to, you know, reflect the light very well. It kind of absorbs more light than it reflects. So yeah, white noise, really good wax. Honestly can't fault it. Again, a breeze to put on and a breeze to take off. Moving on, we have eye wax. Now, at the time of filming this, I haven't actually tried it, because I'll buy one wax and I'll go back because I want to buy another. The last time I went, I got this one as well. This one just has carnauba in it. It doesn't have montan wax like the white noise. And also the Obsidian. The Obsidian has a blend of carnauba and montan. So you're almost getting best of both worlds with that one. But it's a good thing that we haven't tried this one, because then I can show you the kind of ice rink quality of the wax. This one smells of apples, which is obviously kind of a good choice with it being green. Again, really nice scent to it, but as you can see with that, I hope the camera will pick this up, but it's got just an ice rink quality to it. It's just a perfectly poured finish to it. As I'm filming this, I'm hoping that it's not blurry and we are in focus here. But yeah, really great finish on the wax, which you know can only be achieved if the blend is absolutely perfect. And you know, it's and you just know that with these waxes that they've been tried and tested so many times, you know, to get the blend perfect, to create a solid product, solid wax. So haven't used that one yet, look forward to trying it. There is a few other waxes that I do want to purchase. So that is eye wax, look forward to using that one. Moving on, we have a high temperature wheel wax known as Alloy. I did ask Tony about this, and I said, are wheel waxes just a gimmick that companies, you know, they'll just sell a wax but class it as a wheel wax, so it's another product that they can actually sell? And he explained that no, it isn't, because the waxes and polymers that are used in this are high temperature. You know, they're designed to withstand the heat from your brake discs, and you know, as the wheels kind of, there's a lot of heat transfer in that area of your vehicle, so a wax does have to withstand that. Because I did say, well, couldn't you just use any wax? And he did explain that no, you couldn't, because it might only last a week, if that. So there's no point basically in just waxing your wheels with a standard wax, because it isn't going to last. But obviously that's why they come up with this, which is a high temperature wheel wax. Again, Scent, I would say, is kind of a citrusy smell, a fruit smell. I'm not sure exactly what fruit, but really nice smell again. It's just nice to have that kind of scent as you're using these. Really good wax this. The beading on this, I mean, they're all brilliant, but I don't know what it were about this one I particularly looked at and thought, that's good beading, especially just for a wheel wax. You know, cause it's mainly your flat panels that you look for beading, but you know, I couldn't stop just, you know, spraying water on the wheels after using this because it was absolutely brilliant. So beading really good, and again gloss, you know, for a wheel wax, because your wheels do take quite a bit of hammer, brake dust and contamination and dirt, you know, the dirtiest part of your car, aren't they, when you come to wash it. But the gloss on this is absolutely brilliant. It really does lift your wheels, lift the surface of the wheel. I found when using this that it was almost more kind of, even though I tried to put it on thin, I don't know, you seem to put quite a bit on. Like when you put the applicator in there, I use finger applicators for this because it's just easier to get in and out of all the spokes. And again, you can purchase those from the Wax Planet website. I found it harder to put on and take off than the other waxes. I'm not saying that's a particularly bad thing. I think maybe because it is a high temperature wheel wax, the substances that are used in this are designed to be more durable, so you have to kind of work it in more and work it off more. And that's what I found with this, because even as I was putting the applicator in, it seemed like you picked quite a bit up of the wax compared to with them. The others, you can almost kind of control the amount. You only want a thin layer, but with this, it almost felt more kind of thicker, just automatically from the pot, like more of a gloopy kind of texture. So I'm not faulting it. You know, if that's how it's meant to work and how it's meant to be applied and taken off, and that's fine with me, because I can't fault it in the wax. It's absolutely brilliant. You know, and when you come to wash it, it's just far more easier. I couldn't actually believe how much easier it was to. Didn't have to use any harsh wheel cleaners. The jet wash just took 90%, 95% of the dirt off, and then it was literally a quick. You could just use standard car shampoo to take the rest off. It just needed a quick bit of agitation. So really good wax that. Just makes your wheels easier to clean, adds a gloss, and you can just see that with the beading that you've got plenty of protection from all the brake dust, so your wheels don't, you know, corrode really badly or anything like that. So again, another wax that I would definitely recommend from Wax Planet. And that pretty much covers everything. They do other waxes, as I mentioned at the start of the video. Not just these, there's plenty more they do. They also do custom waxes. If you want a particular scent or a particular colour, they will kind of do that for you. Because it is quite nice to have something that's a bit more bespoke to yourself, more custom, that not everybody else can just go out and purchase. You know, it's something that you just have for your own vehicle, and it's kind of your little kind of gift, if you like. So with any review, you do have to kind of say, is it good, is it bad, would I recommend it? Now, before I give you my opinion, I just want to say I have physically purchased these myself. You know, Tony hasn't given them and said, you know, will you review me then please? No, I wanted it to be genuine. He wanted it to be genuine. You know, he said, I'd rather you just give me your honest opinion, because it's interesting for me to learn and, you know, find out what you think. So I'm basing this on me going out, physically spending the money and what I'm getting in return for the money that I've placed on these particular products. Honestly, I won't be buying wax from anywhere else now. I can't fault them. At the price point, you know, Obsidian as an example, it's £50. To me, it's an absolute bargain. I've hardly used any. I've used quite a bit of this as well. You don't use much. This is just going to last me a lifetime. Everything about it can't fault. And you know, you can spend 100, 150, 200 plus on a wax. I personally don't see how a wax that is hundreds of pounds more can be hundreds of pounds better. It gives amazing gloss. Durability is good. Beading is fantastic. It smells great. It's easy to use. It's easy to remove. I don't see what else you want in a wax. I honestly don't. You know, everyone has an opinion. You know, if you want to go and spend that kind of money on a wax, then that's up to you. I personally would never spend that. You know, at the end of the day, this is a wax to go on a lump of metal. As much as we all love as cars, I'm not prepared to spend £200 odd, or even more than that sometimes, on wax. And I just think for the quality of these products, the price point, it is just a no-brainer. I just can't think of any other wax I'd want to use. Honestly, genuinely, just an absolute perfect product in my opinion. All of the waxes, just the price is just an absolute bargain. I think the wheel wax is only about £17 if I remember right, and that's just brilliant. You know, again, that'll last forever. Even the panel pots, you know, I think these range from £10 to £15, but again, use that quite a lot. You hardly use anything. It's just going to last so long. I just, you know, I'm not, for how much you can buy one pot at £200 odd, you could buy so many more of these that are probably going to be just as good. I don't see how a wax could be any better. So that is my opinion. Would definitely recommend it. Just go on their website, check it out, see what you think. You know, message them, ask them about anything you want to know. They'll definitely be able to answer any questions because they're so knowledgeable on this subject. And that pretty much wraps it up. So, as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe here. I'll also leave other videos to watch here, so you can go and check out those. And I hope to see you in the next video. So, bye for now. Cheers. Just a quick disclaimer. Please do not eat the wax, okay? I was only joking. I didn't eat wax.